It is the UK's top wedding blog. Rock and Roll Bride has appealed to millions of women, not just in the UK, but around the world.
If traditional is what you're after, we think you might be disappointed. If edgy is your thing, you've hit just the resource jackpot. And we're happy to welcome in today the woman behind that blog, Kat Williams, alongside designer and blogger from Omaha, Megan Hunt. Good morning, ladies.
Hi.
Nice to see you. This is exactly what you would expect from the blog, we think. We'll talk more about that in a second. First, Kat, what brings you to Omaha from London?
Well, Megan and I have been friends, well, internet friends, for a couple of years. We were both got married about the same time. We're both the same, both the members of the same.
We were big inspirations to each other, like from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. We were both members of an online forum, and then I really loved her work. And I emailed her about a year ago to ask her to make a headband for me, and then we just sort of, you know, talked all the time. And then she emailed me a few weeks ago and said, "Do you want to come and model in my fashion show?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I do."
Yeah. And that was last night. How did it go?
Night. It was really good.
Yeah.
We were like both really nervous, but it was good.
Yeah. Stage like,
doing like a little power dance before we went on.
Yes, it went really well. And when I heard her go out on the runway, I heard everybody like burst into applause.
I think everyone was like, "Oh, pink hair."
Right. How can you go wrong?
Right. I think you are actually our first pink hair guest. We're pretty excited.
Congratulations, Kat. What a distinction, right? You launched your blog in 2007, and at the time you had a full-time job in television. Your husband was working in IT, but now both of you work on this blog. Tell us a little bit about it. We'll take a live look too.
So I started it when I got married, just because I loved reading other wedding blogs, mainly American ones, because there wasn't any in the UK at the time. But although I loved them, they weren't really showing the kind of weddings that I liked. I liked things that are a bit more crazy, a bit more, you know, individual, a bit more mental. Yeah, that's one of my favourites. I love that wedding. I loved her dress. So I started featuring pictures of things I liked, and then people just enjoyed it too. And once I got married, I didn't want to give it up really, so I kept going.
Now you're a rock and roll wife.
Yeah.
What does it take to be a rock and roll wife?
That's a good question.
That is a hard question. Well, I guess cooking occasionally, and maybe taking the husband out for dinner.
Well, you now employ your husband, which is very rock and roll.
That's true.
That is very
He
rock
works
and
for
roll.
me, with me, sorry.
Megan, tell us about your work, because we see you here, and you're not quite as edgy, I might say, as you're sitting on the couch.
I do okay. I do okay.
Well, sans pink hair,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Right. Tell us a little bit about your work and what inspires you as a designer.
Thank you. Yeah, my business is called Princess Lasertron, and I started it in 2005. And since then, we've grown to a 3-person company, and we work with about 250 brides a year. And this year, for my collection, I wanted to make a line of dresses that were a little bit more wearable, a little bit more accessible to the average girl, because my customers are so loyal. They know I'll make them any dress in any fabric. Like, we can do white taffeta, it's cool, but I wanted to do some organic cottons this year, and I took inspiration from the notion of becoming the woman that you always wanted to be when you were a little girl, and actually growing up to become her. And I thought that was coming from my childhood, but my daughter just turned 1, and I realized that it was actually about her and who I want her to become.
I saw her on your blog eating bread, and she's beautiful.
Alice.
Yeah, this skirt. Tell us about this. This is from a piece that you showed last night.
This is something. Yeah, I did a blue dress for Kat that's one shoulder, and you can see it at the finale on Saturday too for Fashion Week. But this was just the underskirt, the crinoline for it, which you can wear separately, obviously. And we were talking last night, and she goes, "I reckon I want to wear the crinoline tomorrow on the television." On the telly. So I brought it back for her to wear. And this year we're selling all the underskirts separately, so you can wear them, and we can do lots of different fabrics.
Multi-purpose.
Right? Who doesn't love good separates? We have to talk about some of the weddings that you feature on your website, because I think Mary and I decided yesterday that while we might not necessarily have that kind of wedding ourselves, or we didn't quite have that kind of, these are weddings we would love to go to. Tell us about some of the more memorable and kind of quirky and interesting things that you have blogged about.
Well, most of the weddings I feature get sent to me by either people that have read my blog during their planning and got ideas, or photographers or other vendors that, you know, I'm sort of friends with. And just like this one, for example, that you're seeing was in quite near where I live in Berkshire in England, and she DIY'd everything. So she made all the stationery, everything, all the stuff you're seeing back there. She made the dresses, she made her own dress and the bridesmaids' dresses, and it was photographed by one of my best friends who's also a wedding photographer, Emma Case. So she sent me this wedding, and I was like, that's amazing. And this one was cool because the bridesmaids all had animal masks for the photographs. You can see in that picture there. That was one of my friends, Lisa Devlin. She's a photographer. And this company makes cakes out of chocolate. They're called Chocky Wocky Doodah, which is a really cool name. So yeah, there's a load of really amazing wedding suppliers in the UK at the moment doing really cool things. So we're quite lucky.
What's wrong with a traditional wedding, as most of us here have had them?
Nothing,
what do you
absolutely
think?
nothing wrong with it. I think just people, I mean, our wedding was quite traditional in comparison to the ones I feature now. We got married 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I forgot what the question was.
Well, why don't we talk about Fashion Week?
I think as another wedding blogger that there's nothing wrong with traditional weddings. There's something wrong with compromising what you really want in your wedding. And you need to do what makes you and your partner happy.
I totally agree with that.
So if you want a traditional wedding, then go for it and rock it out.
But just do what feels right. And make your own dream happen if that's what you want. Omaha Fashion Week. You can see both of these ladies coming up. We have some details on that. It is already underway, runs through Saturday, 8 o'clock each night at Nomad Lounge near 10th and Jones. Online, it's omahafashionweek.com. But if you would like to see them or their work, you're welcome to do so as part of the big finale for Omaha Fashion Week.
I think since Kat has such a fabulous voice, would you do us the honor of reading the copy that is on the teleprompter right now?
Because
I want to hear you talking about our coffee.
Okay.
Take it away.
Guests of the Morning Blend start their day with coffee from Piers Gourmand. Gourmet, the official coffee of the Morning Blend. To learn more about Pears, go to omahamorningblend.com and click on the Pears logo right on the homepage.
Well done. It has never sounded so proper.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I'm
guys.
fancy.
We're nice to see you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Dance floors, they can be malicious. My bruised and battered body is proof of that.
Dance for a Chance is tomorrow. We're going to preview the red carpet event, maybe get a little trash talking underway as well.
I see you over there.
She's got your number, Heidi. Right here, girl.